Runways can be downright terrifying, and in some of the most dangerous runways, you can either land or die. In today's video, we reveal the 10 most terrifying runways in the world. Number 10. Paro Airport, Bhutan. Only 17 qualified pilots can land in this airport due to the challenges this runway offers. The runway is surrounded by 5,486 meters high mountains, and pilots are only allowed to land during daytime. When the pilots are landing, they cannot see the runway until the last maneuver they make, where they see the runway suddenly and need to drop quickly. A few seconds before landing, there is a 45-degree maneuver that the pilots make just before they see the runway and need to land. As the pilots make their way through the mountains, they come very close to houses on them. Even though the landing in this airport is like a series of action movies, once passengers walk out of the plane, they are startled by the beauty of the surrounding nature. Number 9. Congonhas Airport, Brazil. This runway is in Sao Paulo and is considered one of the most slippery runways in the world. There are 2 runways in the airport, with the shortest runway at 1,435 meters in length. Just right before airplanes land at this airport, they fly very closely over buildings that are heavily located around this airport. The runway is short and is well known by pilots for its challenging approach. On the evening of 17 July 2007, a TAM Airbus A320 Flight 3054 lost control as it landed on the runway and was not able to stop and hit a petrol station and a warehouse and instantly burned into flames, killing all 187 people on board. Due to the heavy rain, a slippery runway, and inactive thrust reversers, the plane was not able to stop before approaching the end of the runway. 12 other people died on the ground in Brazil's deadliest aviation accident of all time. Number 8. Barra International Airport, Scotland. This is a short runway located in the Bay of Traigmore on the island of Barra. This airport is the only one in the world where airplanes use the beach as a runway. The flight schedules are dependent on the tides. During high tides, the 3 runways at Barra Airport are under the sea, and flight times need to be adjusted to avoid high tides. The runways are marked by wooden poles at their ends. During the night, there are no lights, and if there are any emergency flights, the airplane lights are used for illumination while landing or takeoff. Also, there are reflective strips on the beach to aid pilots. Number 7. McMurdo Airport, Ice Runway, Antarctica. In this runway, pilots are trained to land blind. The ice runway is the only runway in Antarctica and is used as a military base. The runway is built on a volcanic rock of Hut Point Peninsula and is made completely from white ice. During dark winters in Antarctica, the area is dark 24/7, and pilots have no lights for landing. Hence, only trained pilots can land on this runway. Number 6. Gibraltar International Airport, Gibraltar. At this airport, you can literally drive your car over a runway that has both its ends covered by the sea. Pilots are forced to reduce their speed immediately after landing or end up running over the end of the runway into the sea. The 1,676-meter runway runs across the Gibraltar main entry highway, and there are specific restrictions in place to regulate when people can cross the runway and when planes can cross the road. Funny, but true. The runway was built in 1939 during the Second World War as an emergency airfield, but it had since increased in size and is now a civilian airport. When a plane is about to land, the road is blocked, and sometimes it's blocked for a long time to accommodate for airplanes that taxi on the runway. Due to the location of the Gibraltar Rock and the gushing winds, this runway is considered one of the extreme runways, since pilots experience threatening crosswinds as they try to land. Number 5. Courchevel International Airport, France. This is the world's shortest runway with an 18% inclination. The slope of this 537-meter runway makes landing possible only once by the best of pilots. Only certified pilots are allowed to land in this airport due to its limited length. The runway caters to small aircraft, including helicopters and private jets. This airport does not offer lights that aid during bad weather, which makes landing even worse and impossible. Number 4. Gisborne Airport, New Zealand. This airport is located on the outskirts of New Zealand. Surprisingly, on this runway, a functional railway intersects, making it very sensitive to airplane landings. Indeed, the coordination between the train crossing and the plane landing schedules is done with high accuracy to avoid unwanted collisions. Aside from the main runway that is 1,309 meters long, there are 3 other grass runways which are used for lighter aircraft. Number 3. Male International Airport, Maldives. This is the main international airport of the Maldives. On this 3,200-meter runway, the simplest miscalculation could mean a failed landing into the Indian Ocean. The runway is 2 meters above sea level and spans across the entire island of Hulhuli. The runway begins and ends with water from the Indian Ocean. Passengers often use speedboats once they land to explore the corals on the Hulhuli Island. Number 2. Lukla Airport, Nepal. Lukla is a very famous destination for Mount Everest fanatics. The airport is 2,859 meters high, and its runway ends with a scary mountainous rock wall. The runway is 527 meters long with an 11.7% gradient. It is utilized for small aircraft, and pilots do not have a chance of a go-around if they miss their first landing attempt. Due to all these challenges, sadly, there have been 10 crashes on this runway. As it's positioned between mountains, landing and takeoff are very challenging, especially due to the winds and the periods with no power. Number 1. Princess Juliana International Airport, St. Martin. Maho Beach is located at the end of this runway, which creates a lot of sand and dust for the sunbathers on the beach. Planes fly over the beach and very close to the public, offering the best Instagram pictures for people. The runway is 2,164 meters long, and planes must approach at a very low altitude to land. It started by accepting only small airplanes, but due to the increased traffic and tourism, bigger planes started flying to this airport with a relatively short runway. This is the end of today's video. Which of these runways do you think is the worst? Let us know in the comments section below. Don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and turn the post notifications on to receive the latest from Titty Nope. See you in the next one!